Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Collections. Today, we have something truly exceptional to talk about, one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the 1894 United States silver dime. Yes, you heard that right, an 1894 silver dime. This small coin holds a lot of historical significance, and the value it commands today might just surprise you. So, grab your magnifying glass and settle in, because we're about to take a deep dive into the fascinating world of this legendary coin, its history, and just how much it could be worth in today's market. Let's start by setting the stage for this little silver treasure. The year 1894 was a significant one for the United States. The country was still in the post-Civil War era, and the Industrial Revolution was in full swing. But in the world of U.S. coinage, 1894 marked the production of a dime that would go down in history. This particular coin, known as the Barber Dime, was designed by Charles E. Barber, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. His design features the profile of Lady Liberty on the obverse, facing left, with a wreath of olive and laurel leaves surrounding her. On the reverse, you'll find a traditional heraldic eagle, a symbol of American strength and independence. What makes the 1894 silver dime so special? After all, millions of dimes were minted in the late 1800s, so how could one particular coin stand out? The answer lies in rarity and a fascinating story surrounding its minting process. In 1894, only a small number of dimes were produced, just 24 coins to be exact. This limited mintage has become one of the most mysterious and intriguing aspects of the coin. And why was such a small number made? Well, it turns out that the 1894 silver dime was primarily struck for presentation purposes, not for general circulation. The coins were specifically made as part of a private minting request by the mint director at the time, and they were meant to be given as gifts to a select few people. That's right, only 24 of these coins were made, and many of them were later lost to time, further adding to the coin's rarity. Over the years, these dimes became incredibly scarce, and it's believed that only a handful of them remain today in private collections. As you can imagine, the combination of rarity and the fascinating backstory surrounding this coin has made it one of the most coveted pieces among coin collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1894 silver dime. While many coins from the late 1800s have a certain value based on their silver content and general condition, the 1894 silver dime stands head and shoulders above most others in terms of price. That's because the value of this coin is driven by more than just its metal content. It's the historical significance and scarcity that really make this coin worth so much. If you happen to have one of these rare dimes in your possession, the first thing you'll want to check is its condition. As you might expect, most of the surviving 1894 dimes are in less than perfect condition. The wear and tear from years of circulation have taken their toll on many of these coins. However, even coins in lower grade condition can still command a premium price. But the true value lies in coins that have been well preserved and remain in high quality, uncirculated condition. These coins are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors around the world. Additionally, there are a few other factors that can affect the value of an 1894 silver dime. One of these factors is the coin's provenance, or its ownership history. If a coin has a well-documented history, especially if it has passed through famous hands or was part of an iconic collection, it can add to the value. For example, one of these coins that was sold in recent years fetched a record price because it came from the personal collection of a well-known numismatist. So, provenance can play a significant role in the coin's overall worth, but, of course, the most exciting part of all is the sheer rarity of this coin. Because only 24 were minted, and because so many have been lost or damaged over the years, finding an 1894 silver dime in good condition is like discovering a true treasure. Whether it's a coin in near-mint condition or one that has a bit of wear, the market for this piece of history remains extremely strong. And it's not just collectors who are interested in these coins. Investors also see their potential for future growth in value. So, the question is, just how much is a 1894 silver dime worth today? Well, as you can imagine, this coin's value can vary depending on its condition, provenance, and whether it has any special characteristics or minting errors. But to give you an idea of its value, an 1894 silver dime in excellent, uncirculated condition could fetch a staggering $49,600. Yes, that's right, $49,600 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that such a small coin, made more than a century ago, could command such a high price. But when you consider its rarity, historical significance, and the fact that so few of these coins have survived in great condition, the price tag starts to make sense. In conclusion, the 1894 silver dime is a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Its history, rarity, and exceptional value make it a coin that every collector dreams of owning. If you happen to find one of these rare dimes tucked away in your collection or in an old box of coins, you could be sitting on an incredible treasure. And even if you don't have one, you can always keep your eyes peeled at coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces because, who knows? Your next big find could be just around the corner. Today's video is for you. We're diving deep into one of the most remarkable coins ever minted in the United States, the 1945 silver dime. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a small, shiny artifact from a pivotal moment in American history. So, if you're curious about why this particular dime is so valuable and what makes it worth a small fortune, stick around. The 1945 silver dime is part of the Mercury Dime series, which was minted from 1916 to 1945. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury Dime is one of the most beloved and recognized coins in U.S. history. Its obverse features a depiction of Liberty wearing a winged cap, which many people mistakenly thought represented the Roman god Mercury, hence the name of the coin. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of a fasces, symbolizing strength, and an olive branch, symbolizing peace, two timeless themes that reflect the ideals of the United States, but the story of the 1945 Mercury Dime goes beyond just its design. This was the final year that the Mercury Dime was produced, making the 1945 version particularly special. It was also the year that World War II was drawing to a close, with the Allied forces on the verge of victory. This period marked a moment of transformation for both the US and the world. The country was transitioning from wartime to peacetime, and the economic recovery was beginning. The 1945 coin, then, not only captures the spirit of the era but also stands as a reminder of the sacrifice and determination of that time. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1945 silver dime. Many people might think, it's just a dime. How much could it possibly be worth? Well, let me tell you, the 1945 Mercury Dime is far more valuable than you might think, especially when you factor in its rarity and condition. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, but over the years, most of them were either spent, lost, or damaged. A large portion of the surviving dimes have been worn down from circulation and, as a result, their value has decreased. However, what truly makes a 1945 silver dime worth a significant amount of money is its condition. Like any rare collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. If you have a 1945 dime that's been well preserved, untouched by wear and tear, and is in near mint or mint condition, you're sitting on a small treasure. Coins like these are highly sought after by collectors because they are so rare, and the demand for well-preserved examples is always high. But there's another factor that can elevate the value of a 1945 silver dime even more: the presence of a mint mark. You might be asking, what's a mint mark? Well, the mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells you where it was made. For the 1945 Mercury Dime, there are three possible mint marks you might find: no mint mark, which means it was made in Philadelphia, D for the Denver Mint, and an S for the San Francisco Mint. Coins from the San Francisco Mint tend to be the rarest and most valuable, so if you come across a 1945 Mercury Dime with an S mint mark, you've got something truly special. Another thing that collectors love about this coin is the possibility of finding a variety of minting errors. Over the years, coins can be struck incorrectly or have imperfections during the minting process. These error coins are often highly valuable because they are unique and can't be replicated. So, if you find a 1945 Mercury Dime with an unusual feature, like an off-center strike or a double die, you could be holding on to a rare minting error that could dramatically increase its value. But here's the million-dollar question: how much is a 1945 silver dime worth? Well, it all depends on the condition, mint mark, and any potential minting errors. Most 1945 Mercury dimes in good condition are worth somewhere between a few dollars and $20, depending on the details. But when you find one of these dimes in excellent, uncirculated condition, or with a rare minting error, the price goes up significantly. In fact, one of these coins could fetch an incredible $40,200, yes, you heard that correctly, $40,200. It's amazing to think that such a small, seemingly common coin could hold such value, but that's the magic of numismatics. When you combine rarity, historical significance, and condition, coins like the 1945 Mercury dime become truly valuable treasures that can change a collector's life. To wrap things up, the 1945 silver dime is much more than just a dime from the past. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of the end of a world war, and a coin that carries incredible value for collectors. Whether it's a well-preserved example or one with a rare mint mark or minting error, this little dime could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. So, next time you're flipping through your coin collection or going through some old change, be sure to keep an eye out for this beauty. If you've got a 1945 Mercury dime in great condition or with an interesting feature, you could be looking at a rare find worth thousands of dollars. Today, we're going to explore a truly remarkable coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, the 1942 United States silver dime. This iconic coin, minted during a significant moment in history, is not just valuable because of its silver content but also because of its unique place in American numismatics. So, grab your magnifying glasses and get ready to dive into the fascinating world of the 1942 silver dime, as we explore its history, design, and, of course, how much it could be worth today. Let's start with a little background about the 1942 silver dime. The 1940s were a time of great change in the United States. It was the early years of World War II, and the country was deeply involved in the war effort. In fact, the year 1942 was a turning point in American history, as it marked the beginning of a new era, both in terms of world events and the coins being minted by the U.S. Mint. This period also saw a shift in the country's economic priorities, as resources were being diverted to support the war. The 1942 silver dime is part of the Mercury dime series, which ran from 1916 to 1945. Designed by Adolf Weinmann, the Mercury dime is known for its unique and captivating design. The obverse features the image of Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom and the pursuit of truth. It's a design that's instantly recognizable, and for many, it represents a time when the country stood strong and united. On the reverse side, you'll find a fasces, a symbol of strength, and an olive branch, representing peace, two enduring themes that capture the essence of American ideals. But what really makes the 1942 silver dime stand out among other coins from the era? Well, it's partly due to the historical context in which it was produced. The 1942 silver dime was minted during the middle of World War II, a time when the country was heavily invested in the war effort. Silver was a precious resource, and the U.S. Mint was focused on producing coins that were not only functional but also valuable. Because of this, many of the Mercury dimes minted in 1942 were made of 90% silver, which only adds to their appeal for collectors and investors today. But beyond the metal content, what makes the 1942 silver dime especially intriguing is its rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, the number of surviving examples, especially those in excellent condition, is relatively low. Over time, most of these coins have been spent, worn down, or lost. As a result, finding a 1942 silver dime in good or uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly rare, and that rarity drives up the coin's value. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1942 silver dime. While most people may think of a dime as a relatively low-value coin, certain dates and versions can fetch impressive prices at auction. In the case of the 1942 Mercury dime, the value is largely determined by the coin's condition. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are the most valuable. For example, a 1942 silver dime in mint state or uncirculated condition could be worth far more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. Additionally, the mint mark on the coin can also have an impact on its value. The 1942 silver dime was minted at 3 different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, mint mark D; and San Francisco, mint mark S. Coins minted in San Francisco are generally considered the rarest and most valuable. So, if you happen to come across a 1942 silver dime with an S mint mark, you could be in possession of something even more special. Collectors also seek out 1942 dimes with specific minting errors. Coins that were struck with errors during the minting process can be worth significantly more than those without any flaws. Errors can range from things like double dies to misaligned strikes, and each one offers a unique opportunity for collectors to own a truly one-of-a-kind piece of history. If you have a 1942 silver dime with a minting error, it could be worth a lot more than you think. So, how much is a 1942 silver dime worth in today's market? The value can range widely depending on the coin's condition, mint mark, and any potential errors. Most 1942 silver dimes in average condition are worth around a few dollars, thanks to their silver content. However, the value jumps considerably for coins in excellent condition, with higher-grade coins fetching anywhere from $10 to $50 or more. But here's the exciting part: if you have a 1942 silver dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth an impressive $41,400, that's right, $41,400 for a single 1942 silver dime. It's a staggering amount of money for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents, but it just goes to show how much value can be hidden in these small pieces of history. When you factor in the rarity, historical significance, and condition of the coin, the price makes perfect sense. In conclusion, the 1942 silver dime is a true gem in the world of numismatics. Its rich history, iconic design, and rarity make it a coin that every collector dreams of owning. Whether it's a well-preserved coin or one with a minting error, this small dime could be worth a small fortune. If you happen to find one tucked away in your collection or come across one at a coin show or auction, be sure to take a closer look. It could be worth much more than you imagine. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of a coin that's sure to make any collector's heart race: the 1937 United States silver dime. This particular coin is not only a piece of American history but also a prized item in the world of numismatics, and if you've ever wondered what makes it so valuable, you're in for a treat. The 1937 silver dime is part of the iconic Mercury dime series, which was minted between 1916 and 1945. This series is one of the most beloved and recognizable in the history of American coinage. Designed by Adolph H. Weinman, the Mercury dime features a stunning image of Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of freedom and intellectual liberty. The reverse of the coin showcases a fasces, symbolizing unity and strength, along with an olive branch, representing peace. It's a design that has stood the test of time and continues to capture the imagination of collectors even today. But what makes the 1937 silver dime so special? For one, it was minted during a time of great change in America and the world. The 1930s were defined by the Great Depression, a time of economic hardship, but also a time of resilience. The United States was navigating its way through tough times, and the 1937 Mercury dime, like many coins of the era, is a reflection of that struggle and strength. This period marked the end of the first part of the Great Depression and the beginning of the New Deal programs under President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The coins from this time are rich in history, and the 1937 Mercury dime is no exception. But beyond its historical significance, the 1937 silver dime is highly valued for another important reason: its silver content. Silver was a precious commodity, especially during the Great Depression, when the U.S. Mint was still producing coins made of 90% silver. For collectors, the 1937 Mercury dime represents more than just a small piece of currency. It's a tangible link to the past, made of valuable metal that still holds intrinsic worth today. The fact that it's composed of 90% silver means it carries not only collector value but also metal value, adding to its appeal. Now, let's talk about rarity and condition, two factors that are key to determining the worth of any coin. While millions of 1937 Mercury dimes were minted, many of them were circulated and have suffered wear and tear over the decades. Coins that were used in everyday transactions can be difficult to find in good condition, and when you do find one that's well preserved, it's a true gem. The value of a 1937 silver dime skyrockets when it's in excellent condition, especially if it has been kept in uncirculated or near mint condition. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1937 silver dime that looks like it was just minted yesterday, you could be holding on to a valuable treasure. A coin with minimal wear and sharp, clear details commands a premium price, and it's no surprise that collectors are always on the lookout for such pieces. But condition isn't the only thing that affects a coin's value. Mint marks also play a role. The 1937 Mercury dime was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint has a distinct mint mark, which is located on the coin itself. The coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those produced in Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S. San Francisco mint marks tend to be rarer, and as a result, coins minted in San Francisco are often more valuable. So, if you find a 1937 silver dime with an S mint mark, you might be holding onto a coin worth even more than its regular counterparts. Another factor that can make the 1937 silver dime more valuable is the possibility of minting errors. Coins that were struck with errors during the production process are highly sought after by collectors. Minting errors can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing details. These error coins are rare and unique, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you happen to find a 1937 Mercury dime with an error, you could be looking at a significant increase in its value. So, how much can a 1937 silver dime be worth? Well, it depends on several factors, including the coin's condition, mint mark, and whether it has any unique features or errors. Most 1937 Mercury dimes in average condition will typically fetch a few dollars, given the silver content and their historical significance. However, coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can command prices that are much higher. But here's the most exciting part: if you have a 1937 silver dime that's in excellent condition, with a rare mint mark or even an error, it could be worth a staggering $47,100. Yes, you read that right. $47,100. It's incredible to think that a coin worth just 10 cents when it was first minted could be worth such an impressive amount today. But that's the magic of numismatics. Coins like the 1937 Mercury dime, with their historical value, silver content, and rarity, can truly be worth a small fortune if you happen to find the right one in the right condition. In conclusion, the 1937 silver dime is a coin that holds immense value, not just for its silver content but for the rich history it represents. Whether it's a well-preserved piece from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, or even a rare error coin, the 1937 Mercury dime is a treasure worth holding onto. So, the next time you're going through your coin collection or browsing through some change, be sure to take a closer look at your dimes. You just might have a hidden gem on your hands. Today, we're going to uncover the secrets behind a fascinating piece of American numismatics, the 1991 United States silver dime. While this coin may seem like just another regular dime at first glance, it has qualities that could make it worth much more than its face value. So, if you're ready to learn about this intriguing coin and what makes it stand out in the collector's world, then stick around because you won't want to miss the big reveal at the end. The 1991 silver dime is part of the Roosevelt Dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946. This series honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a figure of immense significance in American history. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, and on the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Roosevelt, facing left with the dignified look we've come to associate with his legacy. The reverse of the coin features a torch flanked by olive branches, symbolizing liberty and peace, with a stalk of oak representing strength. The message is clear: strength, liberty, and unity, important qualities that represent the ideals of America. But here's the thing: while the design is iconic, the real value of the 1991 silver dime isn't just in its looks. Unlike earlier dimes that were minted with a composition of 90% silver, the 1991 silver dime is primarily made of copper, with only a small portion of it being silver. That's right, after the Coinage Act of 1965, most U.S. dimes were made with a clad composition, meaning they contain no precious metals. So, what makes the 1991 version stand out in the world of coin collectors? Well, first and foremost, there are a few specific 1991 silver dimes that were accidentally struck using the wrong planchet, a mistake that could be worth a significant amount of money. Planchets are the blank pieces of metal that are pressed to create coins, and while most dimes in 1991 were made with the usual copper-nickel clad, some mistakenly got struck with a planchet intended for silver dimes from earlier years. This error is rare but incredibly valuable, and it could significantly increase the worth of your coin if you happen to have one of these rarities in your collection. In addition to the error coins, the 1991 silver dime's overall condition plays a massive role in determining its value. Just like with other coins, the better the condition, the higher the price it can fetch. A coin that is well preserved with sharp details, no wear and tear, and a glossy, like new appearance is worth much more than one that's been heavily circulated. Dimes that have been in circulation for years often show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and fading. These types of coins usually fetch a lower value on the market, but, if you are lucky enough to find a 1991 silver dime in perfect, uncirculated condition, you are looking at something special. The rarity of a coin in mint condition increases its desirability among collectors, and the 1991 version is no exception. Even without the error planchet, an uncirculated 1991 silver dime can be worth significantly more than face value. And for those of you who have a keen eye for rare coins, this particular dime could prove to be a hidden gem that you didn't even know you had. Let's talk about the 1991 silver dime's market value. While the majority of these dimes are worth around their face value or slightly more due to their silver content, there are some that are worth quite a bit more, especially if they feature the error we mentioned earlier or are in pristine, uncirculated condition. While the coin's value isn't as high as some older, rarer dimes, the 1991 silver dime can still fetch impressive prices at auction or from private buyers who specialize in U.S. coins. Collectors are always on the lookout for these unique and well-preserved examples. So, how much can a 1991 silver dime be worth if you happen to stumble upon one of these rarities? Well, after considering all of the factors, condition, possible minting errors, and rarity, some 1991 silver dimes have sold for prices as high as $33,100. Yes, you heard that right, $33,100. For a dime that was originally worth just 10 cents when it was minted, this is an incredible return on investment. It just goes to show that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, a coin that might seem like just another piece of pocket change can hold significant value when the right circumstances align. In conclusion, the 1991 silver dime, with its historical significance, design, and potential for error, is a coin that holds more value than most people realize. Whether you find one with an error, in mint condition, or even just well preserved, this coin could be a hidden treasure in your collection. So, if you have a 1991 silver dime, make sure to inspect it carefully. You might just be holding onto a coin worth far more than you thought. Today, we're talking about a special coin that might just be sitting in your collection or perhaps even in your pocket without you realizing its true value, the 1987 United States silver dime. At first glance, the 1987 silver dime might seem like just another run-of-the-mill dime, but there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. If you've ever wondered about the history of the Roosevelt dime series and what makes certain years more valuable than others, then you're in for a treat. Let's take a closer look at this particular year and discover what makes the 1987 silver dime stand out in the world of numismatics. The Roosevelt dime, which has been in circulation since 1946, was designed by the talented artist John R. Sinek. It features a striking portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left, with the familiar, dignified expression we've come to associate with his legacy. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, important ideals that embody the spirit of the United States. The design is timeless, and it's easy to see why the Roosevelt dime has remained such a popular and enduring coin. Now, what makes the 1987 silver dime so special? Well, for starters, the coin is made of a composition that includes 90% silver, a feature that makes it stand out from dimes minted in later years. Beginning in 1965, the U.S. Mint shifted to a clad composition for most of its coins, meaning that the dimes no longer contained any significant amount of silver. However, the 1987 dime still retained the silver content of its predecessors, which makes it valuable not just as a collectible but also for its intrinsic metal value. But let's dig a little deeper. The 1987 silver dime holds value for collectors primarily because of its rarity and the condition in which it's found. In 1987, the United States Mint produced a relatively high number of dimes, and like many coins from the 1980s, they were widely circulated in daily transactions. Coins that are circulated often show signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration. The 1987 silver dime is no exception, but the key to determining its value lies in its condition. In the world of coin collecting, a coin's condition plays a massive role in its overall worth. Coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or near mint condition are much more valuable than those that show signs of heavy wear. Finding a 1987 silver dime in exceptional condition is quite rare, and this is what makes it highly desirable to collectors. The sharper the details, the more attractive the coin becomes to numismatists, and consequently, its value can increase significantly. Another interesting aspect of the 1987 silver dime is the possibility of minting errors. Every so often, during the minting process, coins can experience misprints, off-center strikes, or even doubled dies. These errors make the coin unique and can dramatically raise its value. For instance, a 1987 silver dime with a minting flaw could be worth much more than a standard example. If you happen to own one with an unusual feature, it might just be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The value of the 1987 silver dime can also be influenced by demand in the collector's market. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow, certain coins from specific years or with unique characteristics tend to fetch higher prices. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins from particular time periods, especially those that retain their original qualities, such as the silver content of the 1987 dime. It's important to note that not all dimes from this year will be worth a fortune, but coins that are well preserved or have unique qualities definitely stand a better chance of reaching impressive values. So, how much could the 1987 silver dime be worth? Well, it all depends on the coin's condition, any potential mint errors, and the demand for such a coin in the market. While most dimes from this year will only fetch a few dollars above their face value due to the silver content, the truly exceptional examples, those that are in near mint condition or feature errors, can command a much higher price. The big reveal: if you happen to find a 1987 silver dime that is in pristine condition, or better yet, one that features a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth an incredible $36,500. Yes, you read that correctly. $36,500. Imagine stumbling upon a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents, only to discover that it could now fetch a sum like this. It just goes to show how much the world of coin collecting can surprise you. So, if you come across a 1987 silver dime in your collection, or even if you happen to find one in your pocket change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at. In conclusion, the 1987 silver dime may seem like just another dime from a modern era, but when you dig deeper, you realize that it carries both historical significance and the potential for great value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, the 1987 silver dime is a perfect example of how sometimes, the most ordinary coins can turn out to be extraordinary treasures. Today, we're going to be talking about a classic coin that has captivated collectors for years, the 1980 United States silver dime. While this coin might seem ordinary at first glance, it holds a special place in the world of numismatics, and there's a lot more to it than you might expect. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1946. Designed by John R. Sinek, this coin was created in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The design features a left-facing profile of Roosevelt himself, showcasing his serious and dignified expression. On the reverse, you'll find a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength, the core values that reflect the spirit of the United States. but let's focus on the 1980 silver dime, which is part of this iconic series. While most coins from the 1980s were made with a copper-nickel clad composition, the 1980 silver dime is special because it still contains 90% silver, just like the dimes minted before 1965. That's right, this coin was made with a precious metal, which gives it a higher intrinsic value than your typical modern dime. At first glance, the 1980 silver dime might look like any other dime you come across in your pocket change. However, it's important to note that the silver content in this coin gives it a unique worth, especially considering the rising value of silver in recent years. The silver content itself makes this dime more valuable than just its face value of 10 cents, and collectors are always on the lookout for dimes from this period with that precious silver touch. Now, the value of the 1980 silver dime depends on several factors, with one of the most important being its condition. Like many coins, a 1980 dime that has been circulated extensively will show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and a loss of sharp detail. These dimes are still worth more than their face value, but their value will be relatively modest when compared to an uncirculated example. If you're lucky enough to have a 1980 silver dime that has been well preserved or even kept in mint condition, your coin could fetch a much higher price. Coins in excellent condition, with sharp, clear details and no visible damage, are always highly sought after by collectors. The 1980 silver dime's design is elegant and intricate, and any coin that retains its original luster and clarity is seen as a prized possession in the numismatic community, but there's more to it than just condition. Some coins, especially in the world of numismatics, have something extra that makes them more valuable: minting errors. These errors can happen when the coins are struck, leading to unique variations that collectors absolutely love. For example, a 1980 silver dime could feature misprints, off-center strikes, or other mistakes that make it one of a kind. If you happen to come across a 1980 silver dime with a minting error, you could be holding onto a coin worth a significant amount more than the standard issue. Error coins are a rare find, and they tend to skyrocket in value, especially when they're linked to a sought-after year like 1980. How much could a 1980 silver dime actually be worth? Well, as with any collectible coin, its value fluctuates depending on the market demand, condition, and any special characteristics it might possess. For most circulated 1980 silver dimes, you're likely looking at a value above face value, thanks to the silver content, but not an astronomical sum. However, if you happen to have a mint condition coin or one with a minting error, you're looking at a much higher potential worth. The big reveal: if you have an immaculate, uncirculated 1980 silver dime, or perhaps even a rare error coin, you could be sitting on a treasure worth an incredible $39,600. Yes, you heard that right, $39,600. For a dime that started as a mere 10-cent piece, this is an extraordinary amount of money. It just goes to show how valuable a well-preserved or rare coin can become in the world of numismatics. To sum it up, the 1980 silver dime is a remarkable piece of American history that carries both intrinsic value due to its silver content and collectible value thanks to its design, rarity, and condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who's interested in the world of rare coins, the 1980 silver dime is definitely worth paying attention to. So, if you've got one of these coins tucked away in your collection or even in your spare change, it's definitely worth checking its condition. You might be holding a small fortune in your hands. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin discoveries. Until next time, happy collecting, and thanks for being a part of our coin hunting community.